What happens when the king of misfits and sarcasm takes on the most sincere superhero of all time, James Gunn? The guy who made you cry over a raccoon is now rewriting the rulebook for Superman. No origin story, no irony, just raw, defiant hope. Could this be the boldest superhero movie of the decade, or Gunn's biggest misfire yet? Welcome back to Heroscope.
I'm listening.
To really understand why James Gunn doing Superman is so wild, you've got to look at the kind of filmmaker he's been up to now. For a decade, a James Gunn movie meant one thing: complete chaos powered by heart. Think back to Guardians of the Galaxy. In 2014, the MCU was all clean-cut Avengers and global threats. Then Gunn came out of left field with a talking raccoon.
How? I have a plan.
You've got a plan.
Yes.
A tree that says 3 words, and a mixtape of 70s rock. No one thought it would work. Even hardcore comic fans barely knew the team. But Gunn did what nobody else could. He turned a bunch of D-list weirdos into a billion-dollar family. His secret? Emotional storytelling hidden in irreverent humor. Rocket's sarcasm was pain. Drax's revenge was grief. Star-Lord's goofiness was unresolved trauma. You laughed because it hurt. You cried because it healed. He did it again with the Suicide Squad. Somehow, he took obscure villains, like Ratcatcher 2 and Polka Dot Man, and made you care. Made you feel. It wasn't about just action and gore. It was about broken people learning to trust, to love, to matter. And that's what we expected from Superman. A version filtered through that same lens. Slightly twisted, deeply ironic, and powered by classic rock. But Gunn surprised everyone. He said, no, this one's different. He's not dragging Superman into his world. He's entering Superman's world. No jokes to mask pain, no edgy backstory, just raw sincerity. That's not just a creative shift, it's a total rewrite of everything we thought we knew about James Gunn. And it might be his boldest move yet. Before we head forward, please make sure you subscribe to our channels. There are new videos coming every week. Let's be blunt. Superman is not a James Gunn character. He's not a snarky outlaw. He's not a tortured anti-hero. He's not hiding emotional scars behind one-liners. He's the opposite of that. Superman is hopeful, polite, compassionate. He rescues kittens from trees without irony. And that's exactly why this project feels like such a massive curveball. James Gunn made his name giving emotional depth to the misfits, the monsters, the losers of the galaxy. But now, he's taking on the ideal, the symbol, the unbreakable moral center of comic books. Superman isn't just a character, he's the gold standard, and here's the twist. Gunn knows it. He's been upfront about the challenge. He said this isn't going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Metropolis Edition. This Superman won't be cracking jokes to hide pain or refusing. In Gunn's words, in a cynical world, a kind man is the most rebellious thing there is. That's not just marketing fluff, that's a manifesto. While everyone else is trying to make heroes darker, grittier, more flawed, Gunn is aiming for the light. For
Maximum effort.
For someone who chooses to do the right thing, even when it's hard, even when it's unpopular, he's not interested in tearing Superman down to build him up again. He's interested in proving that hope still works. And for Gunn, that means reinventing his own approach. No stylized nihilism, no ironic detachment, just a sincere, clear-eyed look at a character who could inspire the world. Not by being invincible, but by being decent. It's not just a change in tone, it's a creative high-wire act, and if it works, it'll redefine Gunn forever. So let's get into the real meat of it.
Allow me to break the ice.
What actually is James Gunn's Superman movie? First off, this isn't another origin story. No exploding planet, no teenage angst in Smallville, no slow build to the cape and boots. Gunn's Superman hits the ground flying. Clark Kent already exists as Superman when the movie starts, and that's a brilliant move. It lets us skip the stuff we've all seen a dozen times and focus on something far more interesting: what it's like to be Superman in today's world. The plot centers around Clark trying to balance his 2 identities. He's working as a journalist at the Daily Planet, trying to do good with words just as much as he does with heat vision. But the emotional heart of the film is deeper. It's about Clark reconciling his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. It's about identity, about purpose, about the quiet tension between godhood and humility. The villain, none other than Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, who's trying to destroy Superman's reputation. And the casting is brilliant. David Corenswet is Superman. The guy just looks the part, but he's also got a warmth that's perfect for a hero defined by hope, not brooding. Then you've got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. She's an award-winning reporter who is completely Superman's equal. But this is where it gets interesting for the future. The world itself is already completely bonkers. This film isn't just about Superman, it's the launch pad for the entire DCU. We're getting other heroes like Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern Guy Gardner, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, and Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho. Their presence isn't just a cameo, it's the groundwork. We also have Maria Gabriela de Faria as the Engineer, a character who is a member of the Authority, a more extreme superhero team getting their own DCU movie down the line. This isn't the first hero appearing in our world, it's Superman finding his place in a world that's already full of gods and monsters, and many of these characters are confirmed to return in future DCU projects. And maybe the best part, Krypto the Superdog is in it. It sounds like a gimmick, but it's genius. It makes this godlike alien instantly relatable through his love for his dog. It's all about kindness and humanity. This is clearly personal for Gunn, who has talked about connecting to the story through his own life and relationship with his dad. This isn't just a gig for him. He's found a real, emotional connection to the character. This movie isn't just about Superman. It's the launchpad for an entire universe. James Gunn isn't easing into the DCU with a quiet standalone film. He's going all in, planting seeds for a connected world from frame one. This isn't another reboot of just Superman. It's the foundation of Chapter 1. Gods and Monsters, a carefully mapped storyline spanning multiple films and shows. Think Marvel Phase 1, but with more ambition and less waiting. Inside this one movie, we're meeting a bunch of characters that most audiences have never heard of, like Guy Gardner, the most obnoxious confrontational Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion, a longtime Gunn collaborator. He's not your noble space cop. He's loud, brash, and probably about to make Superman's life difficult. Then there's Mr. Terrific, played by Eddie Gathegi as the super genius, and Hawkgirl, played by Isabella Merced, a warrior with ancient roots and modern problems. Plus Metamorpho, the shape-shifting elemental man, played by Anthony Carrigan, and the Engineer, a cybernetic powerhouse from the Authority comics, played by Maria Gabriela de Faria. None of these characters are background noise. They're intentional choices. Gunn is setting up relationships, tensions, ideologies. Superman might be the moral center, but these other heroes will challenge him, push him, even question him. And then, there's Krypto the Superdog. Yes, he's in the movie. And no, it's not a gimmick. It's classic Gunn, a bizarre element that ends up being deeply emotional. This isn't Superman becoming the first hero, it's Superman stepping into a world that's already populated, and proving why he's the one they'll all follow. By starting big, Gunn isn't just launching a universe, he's forcing Superman to define it, and that might be the smartest move of all. And here's what makes this whole project different from a typical studio assignment. James Gunn didn't want to do this at first. Years ago, Warner Brothers asked him to take on Superman, and he turned them down. Not because he hated the character, but because, at the time, he just didn't see a personal entry point. For Gunn, storytelling has always been about emotional truth. Whether it's a genetically modified raccoon, or a deranged killer with mommy issues, he needs to feel the story to tell it. So what changed? He found a way in. Gunn has since said that what finally unlocked Superman for him was the duality, being caught between two worlds. The tension between Superman's Kryptonian heritage and his Kansas upbringing suddenly felt relatable. Gunn connected it to his own life, growing up feeling different, reconciling who you were raised to be with who you really are, and carrying the pressure of expectations. This isn't a movie about punching, it's a movie about belonging. Gunn has also spoken about how deeply personal this story is in relation to his father, how Superman's moral compass reminded him of that relationship. This isn't just about making a good film.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
It's about expressing something real through a pop culture icon, and that's always been Gunn's greatest strength. He doesn't mock superheroes, he believes in them. He finds the broken pieces and turns them into strength. He did it with Rocket, Yondu, Peacemaker, and now he's doing it with the most complete hero of them all. Superman isn't just a character to him now, he's a mirror. By approaching Superman through emotion instead of deconstruction, Gunn is aiming for something timeless, and for the first time in decades, Superman might finally feel human again. Let's be absolutely clear, the pressure on this movie is astronomical. This isn't just a test for James Gunn. This is the foundation stone of the entire DC universe moving forward. After years of failed launches, awkward reboots, and half-connected multiverse madness, Warner Brothers has handed the keys to James Gunn and said, "Fix it." And his answer?
Here we go.
Start with Superman. That's not just gutsy, it's surgical. Superman is the heart of DC. If he works, everything else can thrive. But if he doesn't, the whole plan falls apart. A Swamp Thing horror movie, a new Batman and Robin, an authority team-up, they all depend on people buying into this new vision. And remember, audiences are skeptical. The DCEU burned a lot of goodwill. The Flash bombed. Black Adam fizzled. Even Shazam, Fury of the Gods couldn't generate excitement. People are wary. They've heard, this is the one that fixes it too many times before. So Gunn is walking a razor's edge. He's betting that sincerity will connect. That people are ready to believe in heroes again. Not cynical ones, not deconstructed ones, but aspirational ones. Superman isn't just the start of a story. He's the start of trust being rebuilt with the audience. And it's not just creative pressure. There's financial pressure too. This isn't a small-budget character piece. It's a massive, effects-heavy superhero tentpole expected to deliver at the box office and restore faith in the brand. Gunn isn't just making a movie. He's making a statement. That kindness, courage, and idealism can still carry a blockbuster. That truth and hope still matter. And that the most powerful man in the universe doesn't need to be cool. He just needs to be good. Let's not pretend this is a guaranteed win, because it's absolutely not. For all the excitement and optimism, James Gunn's Superman is a high-stakes gamble, and there are very real ways it could all fall apart. First off, tone. Striking the right emotional balance is harder than it sounds. Lean too far into the sincerity, and the film risks feeling cheesy or outdated. Go too heavy on the humor, and it undercuts the emotional weight. Superman can't be a joke machine. But he also can't be a solemn statue. The line between inspiring and corny? Razor thin. Second, overstuffing. This isn't just a Superman film, it's also a DCU launch. With characters like Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, Ultraman, and the Engineer all sharing the screen, there's a real risk of overcrowding. Too many subplots and cameos could distract from Clark's story. If Superman becomes just one of many costumed faces, the emotional core could get lost. But so far, it looks promising and does not affect the tone of the movie. Third, audience fatigue. We're living in the post-Endgame, post-multiverse era. Superhero burnout is real. People want something new, something meaningful, but they're also quicker to tune out. If this doesn't grab audiences from the first trailer, the uphill battle begins before opening night. And finally, Gunn himself. Can he really hold back? The man is known for irreverence, for undercutting serious moments with a joke. Will he resist the urge to add that one snarky line during an emotional climax? Even after the release, most people seem pretty happy about it. Can he trade his punk rock storytelling style for something more symphonic, more mythic? This film isn't just a test of storytelling, it's a test of restraint. It seems he nails the tone, the pacing, the heart. Then yes, it could be brilliant. This whole universe begins quite well with a super punch. Now, despite all the risks, let's talk about why this could be the defining moment of James Gunn's career. Because here's the thing, he's done the impossible before. When Guardians of the Galaxy was announced, most people thought it was a joke. A talking raccoon, a tree, a space comedy with 70s music. And yet, Gunn didn't just make it work, he created one of Marvel's most beloved franchises. He made people cry over a tree's last words.
Why are you doing this? Why?
We are Groot.
He made an audience emotionally invest in characters they'd never heard of. That's not luck, that's skill. But here's what people forget. Those films weren't just funny, they were deeply, painfully human. We Are Groot, Yondu's sacrifice, Rocket's trauma. That's where Gunn shines, not in the chaos, but in the emotion underneath it. So imagine what happens when he stops hiding that heart behind jokes, when he starts with sincerity instead of working his way to it. That's what Superman is. It's not a new genre for him, it's just a different emphasis. The heart is still there, but this time, it's front and center. And the character of Superman is perfect for that kind of storytelling. He's not complicated, but he's challenging. He doesn't just punch hard, he feels deeply. If Gunn can bring the emotional clarity he gave Rocket to Superman, we're talking about a film that could redefine the genre. And Gunn himself has admitted this project changed him. It helped him stop chasing validation. It helped him tell the truth, not just entertain. That kind of clarity creates magic. As he does pull this off, Superman proves it's not just another superhero movie. It'll be the one that proves hope still wins. So here we are, James Gunn, the misfit maestro, the king of chaos, and now the shepherd of hope. He's stepping into the biggest shoes in comic book history and doing something radical. He's playing it straight. No irony, no cynicism, just truth, justice, and yes, maybe even the American way. If it works, it changes everything. Not just for Superman, not just for DC, but for every superhero story that follows. Because if audiences fall in love with goodness again, that's the most rebellious, powerful thing a superhero film could ever do. So what do you think? Has Gunn given us the greatest Superman ever? Or do you prefer any of the older versions, and if so, which one? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into fandom, film, and the future of superheroes, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. This is HeroScope. Thanks for watching. Stay hopeful.